Hello students, today we are going to discuss on the concept of valency. You can see the structure of an atom, that is, this is the nucleus, and around the nucleus electrons move in different shells or orbits represented by K, L, M, N, O, P and Q, right? Now, the highest number of electrons in any shell, the highest number of electrons in any shell or orbit is determined by the formula 2 into n square. Here for n is equal to 1, when n is equal to 1, we denote the shell by K. Okay? When n is equal to 1, we denote the shell by K. So, the maximum number of electrons will be in K shell 2 into 1 square. That is, 1 square means 1 and 2 into 1 means 2. Okay? For n is equal to 2, we get the shell L. So, highest number of electrons in L shell is 2 into 2 square. That is, 2 square means 4. 4 into 2, that is 8. Right? For n is equal to 3, we get the shell M. So here the highest number of electrons must be 2 into 3 square. That is, 3 square means 9. 9 into 2, that is 18. Now we can calculate the maximum or highest number of electrons for other orbits, that is for N, O, P and Q, like this, right? But we have to remember that the outermost orbit of an atom will have a maximum of 8 electrons. Now, if we draw the atomic model for hydrogen atom, we know that atomic number for hydrogen is 1. That is, this is the nucleus and number of electron for hydrogen is 1, and this 1 electron must be in the K shell, right? That is, here will be 1 electron. We denote electron by negative sign. Okay? So, this is for hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom, we can draw the atomic model like this, right? The electrons present in the outermost shell or orbit of an atom are called valence electrons. The valence electron takes part in any chemical reaction because the outermost orbit usually contains more energy than the electrons present in other orbits. If the outermost shell of an atom has a total of 8 electrons, then the atom is said to have attained a complete octet, that is, achieving complete octet. An atom has to gain, lose, or share a particular number of electrons from its outermost orbit to obtain complete octet, right? Therefore, a capacity of an atom is the total number of electrons gained, lost, or shared to complete its octet arrangement in the outermost shell. Capacity of an atom will also
what is
determine
valency? Valency is the measure of the combining capacity of atoms or molecules. Therefore, it is the capacity of an atom of a single element to react and combine with particular numbers of atoms of another element.
How to determine the valency of an atom? Here you can see the hydrogen atom, right? Hydrogen has 1 electron in its outermost orbit. So it needs to lose 1 electron to attain stability. Thus, the valency of hydrogen is 1. Okay? Here you can see the helium atom. The number of electrons in the outermost shell is 2. That is, this is the maximum number of electrons that can be in the K shell, right? So, the outermost orbit is completely filled. So, we can see less chemical activity in that particular element. Their combining capacity becomes negligible or zero. This is why noble gases are least reactive, because their outermost orbit is completely filled. Helium is also one of the noble gases. So, the valency of helium is 0. Now, you can see the lithium atom. Number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1. Lithium needs to lose this 1 electron to attain the
nearest inert gas configuration. So here the valency will be 1. For beryllium atom, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 2. So it must lose these 2 electrons to attain the nearest inert gas configuration, that is helium. So here the valency must be 2. Like this, in boron atom, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 3. So if it loses these 3 electrons, then it can attain the nearest inert gas configuration
has less than
the
4
valency
electrons in
3.
its outermost shell, then the atom will lose them and will gain plus charge and will become positively charged ion called cation. If the atom has more than 4 electrons in its outermost shell, then the atom will gain electrons to achieve inert gas configuration and will become negatively charged anion.
For carbon atom, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 4. So it has to lose these 4 electrons to get the configuration of helium atom. So the valency must be 4. For nitrogen atom, the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So if it loses these 5 electrons, then it can get the nearest inert gas configuration. So the valency must be 5. For oxygen atom, you see the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So if oxygen gets another 2 electron, it can attain the nearest inert gas configuration, that is like neon. So here the valency must be 2. In fluorine atom, you can see that the number of electrons in the outermost shell is 7. That is 1 less than 8. So if it gets 1 electron from another atom, it can attain the electronic configuration like neon. So the valency of fluorine must be 1. Now the neon atom. You see that the number of electrons in the outermost shell of neon atom is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the outermost shell is fully filled. So the valency must be 0. Thus we can explain the valency of another atoms like this.